Hello, spoilers. This is my review of When Life Gives You Tangerines. I think the literal title is Thank You for Your Hard Work or something like that. This drama came out a couple months ago. It stars IU, Queen, because of her music, but also other dramas. Have anyone seen Hotel de Luna? That one's good. Yeah, Park Bo-gum. Yeah, he plays Kwang-sik. And the other one, she plays she plays two characters. She plays her mother and her daughter, Esuna, and then Gwamyong. No, but Park Bong-gum, I remember him from Replay 1988. Whoo, that is a good drama too. If anybody. No, the thing is, I'm doing it in this one so it could be on YouTube and it'll probably be on TikTok too. But if you want to see my other dramas, it's a playlist. I would do what I used to do, talk about every episode. And this video will end up probably being 45 to 50 minutes. If I did that. Just talk about the moments I like. Moon Sori, and also Park Hye-jun. Man. Spoilers. Remember I said spoilers. Oh, and also I gotta give a shout out to Yum Hera. Yeah, I think she was also in The Glory. But man, she's playing Esun's mother. Man. The freaking relationship with her and the daughter, whew. Okay, so I'm just gonna talk about the stuff When Life Gives You Tangerines. So it starts with, I think, yeah, they're the mom, yeah, she's out there getting I forgot, coral. She's getting fish because they're in Jeju. But the thing is, she's married. The husband died, then she got married again, and she's like the talk of the town. Oh, at least my kids don't have two different dads. I'm like, whoa, damn. But I will say this. If you're going to watch this drama, they struggle. Okay, no. From mama, and then, she gets married. But the thing is, she gets married to Kwang-sik, which is her, I guess, childhood, Choksaran, first love. But you see her acting rather. This is what happens. She wants to get money because her mom dies early on in the episodes. No, it's a tear. Oh my God, you're gonna be feeling teary eye. I know you're probably like, I won't do it. I can't. I'm like, well, why? What's up with these onions? What's up with the onions? So the mom, she wanted to fight. No, she wanted to fight her illness, but then it just happened. She became an orphan, and then he always liked her since the jump. And the thing is, the stepdad was like, oh, you should stay here for just one more season. And then one more season became, I think, almost until high school, where we have IU come in, playing her. And then, oh my God, I'm just going to say this right here. I think he's a simp. I mean, he married her, so it's different. But I'm like, I know some people you got to simp a little when you're with your significant other in the beginning. Sometimes, not all the time, but there's sometimes you still got to show. Which he does do. He does show that hand. Oh no, I'm talking about, he shows that he's a man. I'm like, oh, hell no. What? You gonna disrespect my woman? I'm like, excuse me? You're gonna talk shit about my kids? That type of stuff. All right, now showing oh, I got all this money, I got all this bling. No. Certain stuff where right there, okay, that's a man. And then there's stuff that happens later in the drama where I'm like, why you gotta take this good man? I want to say this. I think the writer hates Insuni. No. Oh my God, it just popped in my head. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna try to give this a little thing. No, a lot of bad stuff happens to her. There's two stuff where I'm actually there's three tragic moments. But the first one, I'm not gonna say it right now. I'll say it in a couple after I get my thing. But I'm like, why are you doing this to her? No, so what happens? There's a new woman, the other woman. Well, the mom passed away, and the stepdad gets remarried. He's supposed to give her tuition money. He doesn't do it. He doesn't fulfill his stuff. Next thing you know, she's falling for Kwang-sik. He's like, I'll be there. Come on. She doesn't want to marry him, but the thing is, she tried to do it. No, because she was going to get married to some rich dude. And I forgot, Sangil. He's been married before, but she dodged a bullet. Oh my God, he's an asshole. No. The thing is, this goes by different eras, because they'll go, he gets married to another woman. It's effed up. No, but the thing is, this goes full circle, because I'll just say it right now. His daughter and Kwang-sik and Isun's son They end up together. Oh, let me talk about the son. I remember I said spoilers. The son is an ass. Good for nothing. Whoo, I can't even say it. Oh, napuno tong tong. Shit. He pissed me off. I guess I have to say it right now. Okay, so the son gets into a thing like a pawn business about gold because they had a financial crisis back in I think 97, 98, where no, it was all over. I think all over. China, I think maybe China, Malaysia, Singapore. There was something that happened. They had a bailout because back then when I was watching I'm like, Kia went bankrupt. I'm talking about the car company, and then I was like, did everyone go? Like LG, Samsung. No, but the thing is, a lot of those companies, they did pay their interest. But there's a lot of stuff. No, there's a good documentary on YouTube, and I think they might have it here. But if you want to watch, it's in depth. Or if you do, just get an encyclopedia and it'll tell you more. That's not being, facetious or anything. It's just like, no, if you read the encyclopedia version, it'll tell you a lot. Or you can just find it. Or ChatGPT, you know how these things work, the AI and all that. He wants to make a pawn business, but what happened, his friend, they're like Changyol or something like that. We don't even meet him. We just know he's a bad person. No, he gets arrested. And then he's like, you always looked up to her. Myungong. She's the number one. She's the ace. She is the what's the name? I forgot what he called her. Oh, she has I'm telling you, this drama goes on and it's good. And I'll say this, okay, I know some people are like, season two. If they did season 2, they would have to go off from Gomyong's daughter or children. And that would be later in the future. And I'm like, with all the stuff they did in this whole drama, I'm like, I think it's enough. I don't think it needs a season. No, supposedly there was a rumor that it was official. I don't know. I have to look it up. That Netflix gave it and they pulled the rug out of them. And this was for me complete. It doesn't need a season 2 because we got a lot from information about the mother, and then we got her life, Myungum, the daughter. Or I'm probably saying it, but it's good. No, this thing is good. I know. Oh my, okay. They run away. No, they like each other. She was gonna marry him, and then he was gonna go because he was a track star, or he had ambitions. And she's like, oh my God, she cries a lot, and they both cry, but she is a crier since she was a kid. No, because there was a part where she wanted to be class president, and the mom, no, she wanted, rightfully so, but the dude was being a super misogynist dick, and the mom right there, and like they changed it and all that. The mom was strong. So, oh my God, there was one right there where I don't know, it felt filler, but it felt like crazy because there was someone trying to steal her, trying to kidnap her daughter, and when she found her in the fish market, she's like, kick. And like, where's your partner? It's like, yeah. And I'm like, it was a little thing. It's way later on the show. So what happened was, he loves her and stuff like that, but the parents, they don't want her in the family. And the grandmama, oh my God, oi, whoo, ajumma, chepe, whoo. She's a shaman. She's throwing red beads. I'm like, I know where you can take those red beads, mother. She irked my nerve. I'm gonna say she irks. But yeah, so they do get married. They end up getting married. But there was a thing in Pesang where they almost got they got robbed. But there was a girl that they told her like, oh yeah, don't worry about her. Don't do it. No. Like, why? We just wanted because hey, we don't want anyone else to get taken like we got taken, our stuff. And they're like, oh, guess what happened? She paid it forward many years later because she recognized the daughter. Well, the thing is, this is what happened. Her daughter is in college. She's doing tutor lessons. I don't think she's supposed to. I don't know how it is in Dehamingo. But the mother of this rich daughter told her, oh, you have to go. I have everything planned. Just go in there and take the tests for her. Dang, what a... No, so she leaves and gets her money, and then she like... The security is like, oh no, where's the ring? What ring? No, the maid. Guess who's the maid is the one where their parents back in Pesong saved from getting robbed from the shiesty hotel owners. No, what she did to the where she was working, like like she's holding right here hostage the ring. She's about to drop it. I think they're like I don't know, 6 floors, whatever. They're high up in the building. It's like, no. Like, just say you lost it. No, because they were trying to say she was a thief. But it was funny because then the mom, it says right there, mother-daughter caught in cheating scandal. I was like, ooh. So they get married. The mom doesn't want to like that, and they're getting mad. And the thing is, they're struggling. No, and then he was selling her cabbages all the time, and she wanted to be a poet. And I'll say this, she didn't become a poet until later in life. No, and then what happened was, this is the part where he's like, I want to eat at this table. Because, they're supposed to have the status, whatever. Like, I'm sitting here with my wife, and they're like, no, and then finally, they're born with a daughter. But then when they finally get the son, they're like, oh, the shaman's like, oh. No, but what happened was, she stood up to the mothers. No, the mom don't like her, and the grandmama don't like her. No, because the thing is, her mom was hard. Like, when something was stupid or like she became mama bear, and so did she. It went down generation. Because they were like, oh, it's time for your daughter to go to the ocean. Hell no. I'm like, bitch. Here's another one. Okay, her daughter is going to get married. They're all right there, and the freaking, a snobby mom that she's supposed to get married to, the mother-in-law, like, oh, she doesn't know how to do house chores. And then you see her mom incidentally like, I didn't teach her this because I knew she was meant for better. That's why I never taught. I'm like, ooh. And she's like, the mom, I'll say this. Okay, this is a quick one. Ooh, there's so much about this drama. I'm spoiling. Remember, spoiler. Okay, so usually the first lead always gets the girl. This didn't happen. No, the first love, they didn't end up together. No, because the thing is, they had a time. They do that time jumps. The freaking stupid mother-in-law, her son gets married, and then you're like, why are you drinking so much? How come your wife doesn't respect you? You're like, oh, ma. And then he's like, Mom, look at that picture. You're the only one smiling in that picture. It's the wedding photo. He's not married. He didn't marry Yum. He married someone else. She's smiling like y'all. He married into status, so whatever. I don't know. We don't find out, but we see that they didn't get married. She married someone else. She married Picasso. He's an art dude. No, the thing is, it was so. I'll say this. There's music in here. I'm like, on there. Oh my God. So they found. Well, he likes her because he was dating someone else. She was. Remember? Okay, I gotta go back. I know I was gonna I'm gonna run right there. I was like, well, I have to go back because then it goes full story. So what happened was, so they get married. They have 3 kids. Next, they have a boat. Yeah, no. The thing is, they finally have her grandmama. She was begging for money. Like, here, take this. And she's like, who'd you steal this from? I'm like, she Latina. I was like, no, that always, like with me, like, shoot, like, you got money? What, did you win the lotto? I'm like, shoot. I'm like, of course I tell them it's called a job, and then side hustles, legit ones where they give me a 1099. So she gives her money to the boat because the mother promised her, because she went with her mom, the honeymoon, to get her funeral portrait. And I'm like, man, oh my God, that scene with the grandma and her mom. No, the thing is, she's her first husband that passed away's mom. But right there, you can see right there, she was like, you have to live. No, it was so sad because she knew she was gonna die. I was like, shit. Freaking his family like, oh my God, I knew my son would be something. And then she's like, yeah, with my grandmama's money. And everyone else in the village and the Ajuma's like, you said she wouldn't amount to nothing. Like, whatever. So he becomes a fishing captain, and they're actually making money. Yeah, they're making some. Yeah, they're in this part, they're not struggling. They're actually moving on up to the east side. Yeah. Okay, so this is when tragedy start. Yeah. So they have 3 kids. There's a storm, a typhoon, or hurricane or something. So one of her kids is like wants candies, and she comes in. But the thing is, her daughter fell from her bike, so she's like, "Oh my God, I gotta go get her, Mama Bear." But her son, her little one's like, "Give me a hug, Mom, give me a hug." She's like, "No." And then the thing is, the kids run away. The eldest son, he's like, "Oh," he just goes, and then we see he goes the other way. The kid dies. They don't say what. I'm assuming drowning, but this is the hard part where she's holding her son. Like, "It's okay, we'll get you warm." That was hard to watch. No, because they're you can see them, they're devastated. No, because it's right there. The whole village is looking, and I'm like, so they grieve, and they tell you in the show they don't talk about their second child for years, decades, because the pain was that strong. So now I guess I could go back now. Wow, I'm actually not talking about every episode. I'm just talking about a lot of good moments I'm talking about. But I guess, well, anyway. So she falls. Okay, there's a guy named Picasso. He falls in love with her. So he was dating a girl. She was staying at someone's house. Oh, here's one. Tell me, make this make sense. There's one before I get there. Why would you go to Japan to study English literature? No, I'm not saying come to the States. You can go to England, Oxford, or Cambridge. But I was like, what? Okay, maybe it's cheaper. Or okay, maybe they actually have a good program. But I was just like, huh? I was like, okay, that's like, me want to learn more Spanish or something in China. I'm just like, nothing against it. Oh, actually, I know a lot of Chinese that speak good Spanish. All right, I've met them. All right, anyway, I'm not gonna. Anyway, okay. So she's living in an apartment, and the thing is, how they met in the beginning. He was dating someone else, the daughter of the father. She's renting this room. He's hiding and stuff, and he gets her a job at the movie theater. He's a good artist, and it was crazy. People thought that this woman was a scalper. No, she wasn't a scalper. It's his mother. And she's like, "I'm glad every time I come here I get to see my son's art." She's just praising him. And I'm like, so what happens is they show a flashback of them just walking down the street, stuff like that. And he was like, "You shouldn't be so nice to people," because it was something. But here what happened next. He leaves. Because when he left, his ex was like, "Where's she at? Where he at?" He just left. No, but the thing is, he drew her on a mural on the wall. And I'm like, damn, that's love. That is hell. Okay, so now I get to go back. All right, so the thing is, they're at the same movie theater watching a movie because it's closing down. A lot of businesses are closing down now because of the economics turmoil in in a lot of regions in Asia. But they're there, they're having a good time. They don't know that they're there. And then the manager was like, "Yeah, yeah. What? You're gonna let a freaking good thing that doesn't come by every day or something twice in a lifetime?" And I'm like, no, but she did tell him, "Hey, that type of person, something like, no, because he's a good artist, he's smart, doesn't come around every day." And he took a chance. He's like, dun, 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 dun. He's running all over, and then he's chasing a van. It's H.O.T.'s van. I'm like, no, sorry, hey, okay, manage. So he finally reaches up to her, and they're like, oh, they're drinking, and then they're holding hands, like, whoo. No, because I'm like, she broke up with her man because her mama, because of her first love. Well, they were breaking off and on, but this one right here, yeah, they got together. And then it was funny because they meet the dad, and the mom loves her. And then the dad, he's like, "Oh, you treat her good because she's my light," or something like that. And then the brother was like, okay, now I can get back to it because all right, remember I was talking about the brother? The brother was like, oh, you do everything to her. I'm nothing. I just get the scraps. I never get pork cutlets. He's a selfish brat. All right? Selfish, lazy brat. I'm telling you, no, but there is something. He is selling cutlets, and the thing is, he was selling stuff. I think kimbap or whatever. And they're like, hey, treat your dad good. No, because his dad has a good reputation of being a hard-working man. So what happened was he had to sell his boat to get his son out of jail. Well, it does get resolved. I think he gets exonerated. But then later on, they have another business. He bought a commercial property or something. I think he got it all. And I'm like, shoot. Nah. Oh, remember, I got to tell you the second tragedy. Okay, there was another tragedy. This is how we know like he really liked her because there was a carbon monoxide leak at the room she got. And he's carrying her to the hospital. And that's where he meets the mom. And I'm like, whew. But anyway, that's right there. Like, it was. No, but the third tragedy I say, well, that happens here is well, the grandmother does pass away too, but the dad, Guangxik, he is sick. No, I'm like, man. No, because I'm like, that was a tragedy for both. For the mother and the daughter. And like, whew. But there was one part where Eson said, Mom, if you ever get reincarnated, I hope you're at a desk job. And I'm like, damn. No, and the thing is, you see the actress again, and she's crying when she's reading the poems, because she's the one that gets her published. And I'm like, it was amazing. Anyway, I rambled. Wow. No, this thing is a good drama. All right, there's a lot of actors, there's a lot of good, and it's 16 episodes long. It's good. Anyway, take care. Goodbye.